Recording in progress.
It's the same thing. So
Right.
I was
Please stand by. Today's call will begin in approximately 2 minutes. Today's call will begin in 1 minute. Please stand by. Okay, welcome everybody. This is the continuing education and training for Client Creator. With me is my partner, Brandon Christie, who is going to lead the way here, and we're going to continue with part 2 of the CRM, and this is kind of the fun stuff. So stay tuned. You'll like this. If you can keep your questions to a minimum, it would help us. Brandon, go ahead.
Okay, Rand, thank you.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're going to continue on to part 2, I guess, of the CRM, and we're just going to go over some of the additional features that are in the CRM. And if you're not familiar or this is the first time, again, I want to start out like I do every Zoom meeting to watch the recordings of the previous week's Zoom meetings. You go to the video library on your dashboard, and then you click select on the Zoom. It'll show you all of the meetings that have taken place, so you can rewatch them at any time. They're always on our always in our video library in your Client Creator account. So we're going to go back to the main menu, and we're working in the Client Manager. Last week I covered the summary section of the Client Manager, this page, and all of the options listed here. Now we're going to go into the details of the client manager. To do that, we're just simply going to click on any lead and we're just going to click on view. So this will bring up the summary and all of the details of the client that were entered into the system. You can view this information here. Last week I showed you briefly how to edit some of the data, but I'll go through it again. So you have your summary information. This is going to be the basic information about the client themselves. You can put that. You can see that here. You can click on edit, and that'll bring up all of their information. So if you finally get additional information that you want to add in here, or you want to change something, you can scroll down and make those modifications here. So you can upgrade all of their information, pertaining to the details of the client. Okay, and then you would save that. Any changes will be reflected immediately. The next section down is the client types, and we covered that again last week. You can change any of these client types at any time, whether they're a buyer, whether they're a seller, all of that is listed here, and you can easily make those changes. If it's a past client, you can save it and it'll update that information to a past client, same as client status. This will change the progress or the status of the client. If they were a new client and then they have now they're in progress, you can change that so you have a summary of the clients that are in progress or new, so you could search those easily. And last week we also covered the home value. If the property address is put into this, you can click on this. It will bring up the summary of the property value with the little image of the property, as well as some basic information about the home value and the location.
Yeah, last
So-
week it didn't come up for my home, but it came up right now. That's great.
I
That's
actually
good.
think when I was in the system, I lost my the sessions expire if I'm sitting idle a little too long, so that might have been the reason.
Oh, okay.
The preferences section, we'll go through this, and again, this is all of the details about the property that they're looking for, or the information on the home they may be buying or selling. So whether they're a buyer or seller, they'll have different information in this area. And again, all of this is editable, but this is the information that will be filled out from the lead capture page. The source, actually, this source was manually added because last week when I was showing you how to add a client in, I manually added it in. But this source will show you the lead capture page that they came in on. So if they were looking for 3-bedroom homes, or if they're a first-time home buyer, or they went through the home value website, the source of the ad and the lead lead capture page will be displayed right there. So you'll know what kind of lead, what ad they clicked on to come into your system. So these all here are going to be different informations that they can enter in for what they're looking for, or if it's a seller, the information about their home. So if you have to go in and edit this or even add information to it, just like the button above, you'll click on edit. It'll pull up all of this information, and you can change that and add those details to any of your clients. Once you have that information in there, you can just click save and it'll update your client details. So that covers the summary for the client information and their preferences. The next section is going to be up here in the top right. You're going to see I'm sorry, let me change that real quick. Sorry. You're going to see a couple of sections up here. You can add notes, you can add a task, send an email, and send a text. So if you have spoken to this client and you want to add a note to their file, just a document that you spoke to them, whether it be email or phone, you can add the information here. So let's say we want to click on that and mark it today, and I spoke to them on the phone, and then hit save. It'll add that down to your notes section. So it's just a documentation. So if you go back into the lead, you obviously can see what has transpired, excuse me, with the lead itself, or what notes you have made on the client. The next section is going to be a task. So a task is going to be one of three. You're going to have a phone call, an appointment, or maybe it's something that you need to do for them. So what you would just do here to add a task, you can select a call. Let's say you have a call today with them. We'll do today right now. Let's do it for a half hour later. So we'll change this to 2:30. So you have a call today from from 2 o'clock to 2:30. Call client to discuss. Okay. You add the details or any notes that you want to put into the client or into the task, and you can add that there. Notify email, it's going to notify you via email when the task is due or upcoming. Notify text
Okay.
is if you want to add a text notification. So the system will send you a text notification saying you have an upcoming appointment or it's something due. And notify client. So if you wanted to send out a notification to the client's email and text, you'll check that here. And that'll just remind them that they have an upcoming meeting with you or this one's a call, upcoming call with you. The days to remind, that's going to be how many days in advance you want them to remind you. So let's say you wanted to start reminding you 2 days prior to this event. You would make that a 2, and then you would hit save. So that will add the task to the system. You'll see it's got a little success message up here. And to view that task, you'll see your notes are down here and you click on your tasks. And if you click on your tasks, you'll see what you have upcoming. Okay, so we'll get down to this section in a second. I'll show you how to modify and change that, but it's also pretty easy to do that as well. The next section is going to be a send email. So you can send an email directly from the system to any of your clients. It automatically populates with your email address, automatically populates the client's email address, and you can put the subject in, test message, automatically adds your signature that is in your client creator system, and you put the body of the message in here. So you can send them whatever you like pretty quickly. And once you're done with that, you can just click send and it will send them a email message. Next tab up here is a send text. Very similar to the email, but this is going to send them a text. He does not have a cell phone number listed in here, so that's why it didn't auto-populate. But if you have a cell phone already in here, it will populate. If it's not in there, but you know the phone number, you can just simply type it in. And it will send a text message to that phone number. Type in your message here. Obviously, text messages are a lot different and less formatting than an email. You can add colors and what have you to an email. Text messages are just like text messages that you receive on your phone, just text. So you can put that information in here, text message, whatever you wanted to say, and hit send, and it will send them a direct text message. With both of these communications, I know I've said it previously, but if they reply, or if they send an email and they reply to the message in the email or the text message, it will go directly to you. It does not come into the system where you have to manage the communication this way. If they reply to the email, it'll go right to your email address so you can communicate with them directly. Same thing with a text message cell phone. If you have a cell phone listed in your account, it'll text you and you can communicate directly through them via text on your cell phone as well. So that just covers the communication and how to easily send an email, send a text, and add some tasks.
Brandon, you want to tell them that whether they can send multiple emails from this particular section, like send an
If you
email?
go to an email and you want to send multiple ones, very similar to your email system, just put a semicolon in there and you can type in Brandon at clientcreator.com. You can send as many people as you want, just by separating it. And again, it's just like this email system, similar to what you probably use for your emails when you're adding multiples in there. If you just put a semicolon in there, it'll add multiples. Okay, so we're going to go down to the notes section. I added that note previously. If I had to modify it, maybe I made the date wrong or put the information in wrong, or I just want to update it. I can come in here and add that information, change the date, change the text, and hit save. that will save it in. If I want to get rid of it, let's say it's no longer valid, I just come in here, obviously click that little delete button, and it'll remove the note from the system. Same thing with the tasks. We're going to go into the tasks. This is telling you that you have a call scheduled. It's got the date, got the time that you have allotted for this on your schedule. If you want to modify this, let's say they change the date to tomorrow, we can change that to 1/6. 1/6. Everything else is going to stay the same, and hit save, and it'll update that. You'll see it now changes to 1/6 for the date. Again, you can delete it if you want, and that'll remove it from the system. Let's say you don't want to have it as a call. It's now an appointment. You click on the appointment and hit save, and it'll modify that as well. We have different colors for the different types of tasks. Obviously, the blue was call, the appointment is green, and I actually can find out what's to do yellow. So once you have that on here, I do want to show you that on your client manager. Now, I added this task to this client on the client manager. If I pull this up, you'll see it's got a little reminder that's going to show up because we picked 2 days before to remind us, and it is for tomorrow. You'll see that this will show up as a to-do on your account, on your client list, to notify that you need to have this done. If you hover over it, if any of the text is not there, if you just hover over that, it'll tell you the full text. So if you type in, a couple sentences or whatever, you just hover over that and it'll give you the details. Okay. You do see it that it has a mark done, and you probably saw that on the previous screen as well. If you did this already and you don't want the system to notify you or show you that, you just click mark done, and it will remove that from your system. I'm actually going to go into this and just hit mark done, and you'll see that it removes the task from your system. So the next section is going to be your emails. This is a way to track your emails that were sent to this client, and you have a way to track and view the details of the information. So this client gets a Monday morning coffee. The last one was sent on 1/1. The time stamp as well. Delivered status is telling you it was delivered to their email. Open count was opened up 1 time. If there was a click count and they clicked on the link in the email, it will show you that here. You can see down here was 1. This was actually wants to connect, with the opt-in message. You see it was delivered, it was opened, and they clicked on the link. To see the details of any of the messages, you just basically are going to click on the view, and it's going to summarize everything for you and show you all the details. This is a lot of stuff, but some people like to see all these details. Tells you the events that happened. It was delivered, the subject of the message. Emails in data do not pull body of the message. It's for security. We don't track or hold any of that information. So if the body is the message, it will not pull that information in, as that is sensitive. We'll pull the rest of the information in, the subject and all of that. Shows you the events processed. It was processed on the 1st. It was delivered on the 1st, pretty much a second later. And this is the date that he opened it up.
Isn't that unbelievable, you guys? I'm sorry. I just, we spent so many years. We've been in business for 10 years now, perfecting this system so that it was one-stop shopping for you. That this is a system that can do everything you'll ever need to have done in your real estate business. Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to say that.
No problem. So that gives you a summary of all of your emails to them. Excuse me. Same thing's going to be happening on the text. Now, we don't have a phone number on here, so it's not going to show you that. Let me go into another client. I might have history on. Let me see if there's a cell phone number in here. Did I pull any? No, I didn't put anything in there. Apologize. Hang on a second. This one will have this information. Okay, so we'll just pull up a text. I'm in the same category. I'm just pulling up a text because there's probably information in here. So this is telling you some of the text that were sent out from the system to the client. If you sent them out a text, it will tell you, it will show that information on here as well. So it pretty much gives you a summary of all the text messages that have been sent out to the system and the status of them. What I typically like to do is just scroll down, make sure I don't have any reds or anything like that, because a red or if this color is green, it means it's delivered. If it's a red or yellow, it means you need to look at it because it might have been not delivered or something happened to the message in transition. So it may need to send it again. It'll tell you that, but 90% of the time they're delivered with no problem as long as you have a valid cell phone. And very similar to the emails, if you click on the view, it'll pull up the details of the message. With a text message, it does not have the same regulations as an email, which is nice. It'll actually pull in the information of the text message for now. Just to give you a heads up, I've heard that that's going to be changing, but for right now, that data is available. So we put it into our system so you can see what the text message was. Again, same thing, delivered date, all that information is put in here. Nice thing about our system as well with text messages, it will tell you what this is going out and if there is any incoming text message. So if they replied to the message and it's sent to you, it should go to your cell phone without a problem. If it didn't, or you want to just check, you can click on here. This will tell you what's coming into the system. So it should tell you all of the messages that you should have received. What this means, if I did not receive a text message, you may have had it blocked by your carrier, or some carrier or some phones have a spam or junk filter in their text messages as well. It may be going there, so double check that. The other thing you want to check is your cell phone is set up under your account and it is correct. Those are just some things that might prevent a text message from coming back to you. But again, if you didn't get it, it's always available here. It'll tell you the information, same thing. Click on view, it'll tell you the body of the message. You can see I just sent a test message just so I can show everybody that it is coming through. The last section here is the Monday Morning Coffee. This is the Monday Morning Coffee newsletter. We discussed this. This goes out to all of your clients automatically, and you can track the delivery here, see who's opening it, see who's in the system. I am not on the Monday Morning Coffee here, so that's why it's not showing up. But if your clients are on the Monday Morning Coffee each week, you can come in and see, are they opening up the Monday Morning Coffee? Are they reading it? Are they clicking on the links? This will show you all of that details, very similar to the email campaigns or to the email and text systems. Okay, that covers the tasks and notes section. The next is going to be an email campaign and a text campaign. Email campaigns and text campaigns are automatically assigned to leads that come in through a lead capture page. Again, email and text campaigns are automatically assigned to a client when they come through a lead capture page. So when our team is posting the ads for you and the client engages on that lead capture page, they will automatically be assigned to an email or text campaign. The only time you'll need to assign manually to a client is if you add them in. So if you went in and manually added in or imported in clients to the CRM and Client Creator, you will need to assign them a campaign. We will not do that for you. If you're importing them in, they're yours to manage and handle. So for instance, I'm going to go back to this one here that we added in last week when I'm going to pick on Rand a little bit. He has no email campaign. So let's say I know he's a buyer. I'm going to click on email campaigns and click add a campaign. I'm going to select from my one, and one of them is buyer prospect. And I'm just going to assign him to that. He's now going to be on the buyer prospect campaign. The buyer prospect campaign message will start to go out. Since I just assigned him to this email campaign today, his campaign status starts today. If I want to view or see the messages that are going to show up for this email campaign, I simply click on modify. brings up all of the campaign information and has a dated subject and the body of the message that's going to go out. You'll
So
see
it's a
the first,
list of all of the email messages that will be going to that prospect or that client from you over time. We've set them to go out at intervals, usually every 3 to 4 days will the messages go out. So you can see all the messages that are going to go out and you can edit them if you choose to. It's up to you. Okay.
yeah, absolutely. So, excuse me. So yeah, you'll see it. I just signed them the campaign today. So his first message is going to go out tomorrow, 1/6. The subject of the message is listed here, and this is the body of the message listed here. Okay, it shows you all of the campaigns, 1/9, 1/12, 1/15, everything, all the way out. If I wanted to come in and change or edit one of these, let's say I want to add my own verbiage to this campaign message that's going to go out, just simply click on edit. You'll come down here, and just like you can add your message in here. And then when you're done, you're going to click on save. Now, I'm not going to change that message, but if you want to do that, you just come into the message and click save, and it'll make that update and it'll display the new message right in here. Okay, you can do that with any of these messages in this campaign. When you change a message for this client, you're changing it for the client only. You're not changing all of the messages. So just so you know, you can put that information in here. If
Hey,
you
Brandon,
Yep.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but click on the edit menu again for any one of
Sure.
these messages. You can change the day that they are going out. So this says the first email is going to go out on day 1, which means it's basically an instant message. So you can decide, oh, I want that to go out on day 2 or day 20, whatever. You can make that change right here. And you can also change the subject line right here.
Yep.
So these are all modifiable. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, everything is modifiable. And actually, I forgot to say something. The entry date on most of the campaigns are 1. They start the day after the campaign is assigned. When a lead capture page is assigned, you want to have it. Nope, somebody's on a. Hold on, let me mute somebody. Hang on. Okay, I think I muted them. So if you have a lead capture page assigned to an email campaign, the entry date for this would be 0. That would be an instant message that goes out. So day 1 would be the first day after they're assigned. Day 0 is the instant message. So there's a couple of campaigns when our team sets them up that you might see a day 0. That means it's an instant message. That means it goes out right away. Day 1 or entry date 1 is the first day after their campaign. So that's why it says 1/6 on the message, because it's the first day after they're assigned on the campaign. So that's how our system works. Again, day 0 is the instant message that goes out, through a lead capture page. So let's say this has a day 0 on it. If they sign up on a lead capture page, they're going to get an email that says, don't buy this home right now. And it's going to have this message on it. And that will go out as soon as they engage on the lead capture page. Day 1 would be the next day. They would get that message the next day. Okay, I hope that was clear. If you come up and you want to change this campaign, let's say I assign them to the wrong campaign, or you talk to them and they're not a buyer, you can come up here, hit change campaign, come to your new campaign list, and let's just say that they're a home valuation. We'll just put them as a past client. You hit save, and it'll modify all of the messages to that campaign that quick. You'll see it's going to put all the information right in there.
And the list that you just saw that he brought up, that's a list of all of the pre-written email campaigns that we've already done for you in the system. Okay, so that's where that list comes from.
Yeah, there are email and text campaigns that our team, again, assign when they set up your account. We apply all of these campaigns into your system, and they're available on your dashboard. Okay, so that's going into the email campaigns and how the email campaigns work for each of your clients. There is a way to add multiple campaigns to your system. We get asked this all the time. You can do it. Don't recommend it because you're going to be sending messages, a lot of possible messages, maybe two messages a day for a few days. I would only recommend having each client on one campaign at a time. Again, do that at your own risk because if they receive too many messages, they may opt out of receiving any messages. So
Yes.
take that as you will. Same thing with the text campaign. So we're in the email campaigns right here. I'm going to click on text campaigns. It's going to bring up the text campaigns. Again, I manually added this client in so that there is no assigned campaign. I'm going to click on add a campaign, and this is going to bring up all of the available text campaigns you have on your system. So I'm just going to do a buyer text campaign and hit save, and it's going to save that and apply that to the client. Similar to the text or to the emails, you can click on modify. It will bring up all of the messages. This is just a sample one, so there's only one message in here. Again, it's going to tell you the date and the message is going to go out. Click on edit. We talked about the day 0 messages. That's an instant messages. If I wanted to make this a day 2 message and save that, it'll modify that. And now you see it changed the date to 1/7. So again, you can come in, edit this information. This is a text message. So again, you don't have the same features that you do with an email. It's pretty much cut and dry with text only, but you can add that information in here. And then once you're done, click save. Again, similar to the email campaign, if I wanted to change this, I would just do a seller CMA and hit save, and it'll automatically add the seller campaign to the system with the dates and the information that are on there. Pretty simple, I think, anyway. Pretty simple.
It is after you get familiar with it. You know, there's a small learning curve, but overall, I hope y'all can see how much work has gone into this. Because we truly tried to keep it state of the art and it to be second to no one. And I think our CM is second to no one. No one else tells you when your email, if your email is delivered and when they opened it. There may be some other system that will do that, but I'm not aware of it. And I keep track of those things. So go ahead, Brandon.
Okay, so the next section is, we have a little bit left. I apologize if we go over a little bit, but the next ones are pretty important. So this is your contact and social media lookup system. So this lookup will go on to search the internet for data. And I'm going to go back into our other client manager and just show you the information that pulled up when we did this. You'll see that it pulls up Facebook, LinkedIn. It's going to pull up all of these different email addresses that are associated with this phone number, with this information. So what this does, this will look up a client based on the data that they entered in through their lead capture page or the data that you entered in when you manually added them into the system. And it'll scrub the internet for anything that is available. It'll pull up all of the email addresses that they've previously had. It'll pull up any additional phone numbers, social media accounts, their employment, all of that. It pulls it all up for you. So not only will you be able to communicate through the primary email address that they have, but you can communicate with a secondary. If there's additional phone numbers on here, you can send the messages out through that. Beautiful thing is too, you can communicate directly through their social media profiles as well. So if you want to send them a direct message through any of these, you can do that and communicate with them, directly that way. So Client Creator is providing you with multiple avenues to communicate with the client so that you can, get your best results.
Now those social media buttons are for that contact. They're not yours, they're theirs. Is your Facebook hooked up?
I don't think I'm logged in. I'm probably not. Yeah, I'm not logged in on my client. But if
Okay.
you could see in the background, if you can see that, it brings up the profile. You just got to log in. So it brings you right to the profile of the person so that you can communicate with them. So yeah, you can see the profiles in the background there, but I'm not logged into Facebook on this this session. Same thing with LinkedIn or Instagram or Twitter. It'll bring you right to their profiles, if that information is available.
Okay, this is what I always call the magic button, you guys.
Yeah,
where it
you're
says
just gonna
lookup.
basically click on that lookup button, and then you're gonna hit process lookup. Okay, and I already processed the lookup on this one, so I'm not gonna do it again, but it'll process. It takes about 10 to 15 seconds, I mean, maybe a little longer, but it's very quick. And then once it's done, it'll provide you with this information right in here. So it's immediate results.
So the
So
benefit to you guys is that it looks up based on the contact information. It will look up any phone number that's been associated with that person or their address and any additional phone numbers that it can find. And it almost always does. You should see the list of phone numbers and previous emails when I pulled it up on myself. It just blew me away. But again, there's no other system I know that does that. This system it's very expensive for us to access this data, but we want to make sure you had more than enough information to follow up and follow through with all of these contacts or the
yeah,
leads that are generated.
absolutely. So yeah, it does really provide you with a great tool to follow up with your clients. And again, not only with the email campaigns and text campaigns that are going out, but you can contact them directly through a social media platform, which is some people prefer that as well. So just giving you multiple options to communicate with your clients. The last section on this in this client manager is going to be your search tags. And this is not going to be for everybody, but search tags are tags that you can add to a client if you want to be able to find a group of clients. Let's say that you want to find somebody who was 3-bedroom homes. I don't know. 3 bedrooms, somebody looking for 3 bedrooms. So you can put that in here and type in 3 bedrooms, and it's going to save the tag to their account. Let's just say that they're looking in Marietta. Murri, Marietta, and it's saved. Anything that you want to put in here. So this will add a tag so that when you do a search on your client manager and put in any of these tags or these searches, it's similar to a hashtag or those tags that you put on social media to find a group of clients or information. You can do that here. And sometimes you want to do this if you want to clump a whole bunch of people together, maybe send them all a text message or send them all an email. We do
Or
see
every
clients.
time you get a new listing,
Yeah,
if you
that's
have
exactly what I was
buyers
going to
and
say.
yeah,
If you got a new listing, maybe it's a new listing that's perfect for first time home buyers, and you have a tag in there. Let's say first time home buyers, and hit save. You could go on to your client list, and I'm going to show you that now. We're going to go back to our client manager, and I'm going to put in here the search in the search client, first time home buyers. And it's going to find all of those people that are listed with a tag of first time home buyer. Now, I just added me, so I'm the only one in here. But if you have a whole bunch of them, you'll be able to select on them. And then maybe you want to send them an email. Click on the email. And if you have a listing or that might be perfect for them, you can send the email out to those clients with that listing, pretty easily. So again, if you have, people who are specific to, a certain type of home that they're looking for or buying in a certain area, and you get something that piques their interest, it's an easy way to communicate to a whole bunch of clients at one time by adding those tags. So
yes.
again, just an easy way to just categorize your clients and help you manage your client list a little bit better. I mean, obviously everybody's client list is starting to begin to grow, but if it gets, obviously the larger it gets, the more you're going to want your management to make it easy to find people that you need.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon, we have a ton of questions today.
Okay.
And so maybe we could rapid fire
Sure. Yeah, go.
on these
Absolutely, go ahead.
questions. You're all done, right?
I am done. That was my last thing. Yep.
Okay, so let me scroll back up toward the top here, and we can just go as quick as you want to. All right. Is there a webinar yesterday? I missed it. Where can I find the recording? Go to My Realty Biz, MyRealty BIZ as in zebra.com. Select the download, enter the password coach, all lowercase, COACH, and then go to the folder number 2, and you can find what you missed yesterday. Actually, all 4 of the calls that we're going to have will be in there, the data to download for each call. Okay, next. I scrolled too fast. All right. Can we send individual emails to our clients in our client manager without having them opt in?
No, and they have to opt in order to receive a message from the client creator system.
Okay, we've got quite a few questions on this. Okay, I have not received login info. May someone call me?
Your
And
log, you should have, you create your login info when you sign up. You put in your email address and you create a password. That's what you use to log in. We don't set up your login information. You set that up when you sign up.
Now, when they log into their account, oh, they don't have the login information, they're saying. Well, we
If-
have our,
If you go to
What
your
happened?
login page right here,
Yeah.
you put in your email address and password. That's where you go to log in. If you forgot your password, you can do a forgot password, put in the email address, and it'll send you a reset link to reset it.
right. Okay, let's go move on. The phone number that is sent from is different every time.
No, a client, there's 2 different phone numbers. So a phone number that gets sent to a client is the same and it is one number. You may be receiving information. If you're signing yourself up as a client and you are the realtor, you might be getting notifications from us as client creator. So yes, a client phone number, a text message that sends a client is one phone number. A text message that sends the realtor through the client creator system is another.
Okay. All right. Got it. Sending group text are the same way.
Ask me that again.
Right below this, it says that same question. It says sending group text are the same way. I'm not sure I understand
Yeah,
that
I'm not sure I
exactly.
understand that, but if you want to send group text, so you wanted to select everybody in your system, you could select everybody and hit text, and that'll send a message to each of the clients that were selected. So that's how you
Okay.
send the group text.
The next question is, how do we set up the system to use the text feature? And I know you've been over this, but
Yeah, that's okay. So you go to your account and then options, and then right here on the mobile settings, you want to make sure your information is in there.
it's pretty simple. Again, we try to make everything pretty easy. Was the yes answer in reference to the question about the from phone number? I don't know, but we just covered it. So if we manually add individual contacts to our contact list, does client creator send those individuals as new ones are added to verify them in the opt-in?
Correct, yes, we do.
It will
Everybody that
automatic.
gets added into the system gets opted in.
Okay. And that's just a rule we have to follow. If they reply to the text message, what happens? I think you've been over that a few times.
Yeah, the message will get sent to you, but again, if you go into the client manager under the text system, you can see the incoming messages as well. And handle them. If you didn't receive the text message on your phone, you can still manage it that way and reply to them as needed.
The next one is someone has given us their phone number. It's Margaret, and I can't read Margaret TSAY. She's given her phone number to have someone call me. I have trouble with receiving email, she said. Okay. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, for anything like that, please send in a support ticket to support@clientcreator.com. And we'll try to help you out as best as possible. And then if we are not able to help you, or it does require a phone call from support, we will get that set up for you. But the first step, the first tier in the support is to submit a support ticket to us so that we can try to assist you.
And the biggest reason for that is we have an entire team. When we get done with the seminar, we have an entire team that's working tirelessly to set up all these accounts. So this is a time when Brandon especially is very, very busy, and so is the rest of the support staff. So not everyone we can get a call to right now, but we will answer your support ticket. Okay, it says, I sent a couple emails to support, here we go, but I've not received a response yet. They respond very fast, but Brandon, I'll let you address that.
Yeah, absolutely. If you didn't get a response, check your spam. Maybe your spam filter went there. I have a Zoom meeting yesterday with somebody, and there was a Gmail account that they had and said that he found one of my responses under a promotions folder. Now, I don't have Gmail, so I don't know exactly what that means, but he did tell me that, so I thought I would relay that to you because he did say that he found the email. So if you did not get a response and it's been over 24 hours, we've responded. I can guarantee you that. There's nobody that goes unresponded to for 24 hours. So check your spam, check your junk folder because it would be in there. And you can do a search on any email program for support or clientcreator.com. It'll find all of your messages for you just to make sure that they're not there.
Okay, next one. We've got to move pretty fast. Do clients need to opt in for Monday morning coffee?
Yes, every message that goes out from Client Creator needs to have an opt-in from Client Creator. However, keep in mind that a client that comes through a lead capture page, by doing that process, they are opting in. So people who come in as a new lead do not need to go through that process. It's only people that you import or that you manually add.
Okay, next, would you please tell us where to find the recorded seminar? You did that at the beginning of this.
Sure did, but
session.
I'll go over it quickly. You're on your main menu, you're on your dashboard where we are. Click on Video Library and Zoom. You'll see the last 2 weeks, and shortly after this one is done, it'll be up there for this week.
And there's a bunch of other how-to videos in that folder.
Yeah, the how to use and past webinars that we've had. Now, these aren't Zoom meetings. These are just webinars where we do training. So they all have sections for lead follow-up, webinar listings and open house, CRM, setup instructions. So these are tutorials that walk you through each of these systems. So if you're looking for training and don't want to watch the Zoom, you can do that here. It goes right to the nuts and bolts of it, and it doesn't have all the extra commentary as well.
Okay, I think this other one got handled. There's a notification on the system. There will be a separate charge for Google AdWords. She was wondering if there was a separate charge for Google AdWords. And
Absolutely,
yes,
yeah.
there is. It's paid directly to Google AdWords. We don't make a dime off that transaction, by the way. The budget we set up, and somebody else actually helped me with that and answer that question. Do you know what the additional charge is? No, you set the price. Do we have an option to see or edit what messages are going out on Monday morning coffee before they go out? Every Friday, you'll get a text message that says a new Monday morning coffee is set to go out on Monday, and it's on Friday. You get that. You can go then into that, click on the link that's in the message, and you can go in and edit that Monday morning copy or see it or whatever you want to do to it. Is that right? You want to add anything, Brandon?
Nope. Yep. Absolutely. That was exactly right. You can add it to your system on Friday, go in, change it, add verbiage, whatever you want to do to it, as long as you do it before Friday morning. I mean, before Monday morning, because Monday morning it's going out. So yeah, you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to do it.
Okay, this one I think we already answered. How do I get an email address if I don't have them with the magic button or the, what is the word you have on there? Lookup.
Yeah, social media lookup. Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't look one up for you, I mean, if it doesn't find one or they didn't enter one, I don't know that it'll be able to find one, but an email address, but very rarely will that happen. When they come through a lead capture page, they should be entering at minimum their email address, or cell phone number. So you should have at least one communication process.
Okay, I'm not sure what this message is. It says, can you give us some samples to send to first time? ? Mine are coming back. I'm not sure what they mean by that, first time buyers or what have you.
I think they're asking for something to follow up to them. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not either. But if you send a support ticket in with a more detailed message, we can get back to you. If I edit an email, can I undo my edit? And will it revert back to the original text that was in there?
No, you can, well, you can go back and you can delete the email campaign and then reapply it. It'll reapply the default back to your system. So
Yeah.
let's say you wanted to come in and I'll go into this one quickly. I'm not sure which one I did, but I think it was this one. Yeah, I could just come in here and delete it and it'll remove the email campaign. Then we can just come back in and add it and put them on, a new campaign, whatever it is.
Okay,
So
next
update that.
question. Are the emails personalized? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No worries.
Personalized at the top, like Dear Rand. I think you showed them a place where you do that. You had a
Yeah,
message
you
to them
can
at the top.
add, when you go into your messages, if you want to add their first name or information, you can put that in there. You can add their first name, you put this character in here. So if you wanted to say, hey, whatever their first name is in the system, you put that in here. And type the message, and then it'll add their name into the system. So whatever their message be, this is the first name if you want to have it. If you want to have both the first name, you would put the first name, and then you would put the last name here. So it would add both of those verbiages in there.
Yeah, okay. All right. We've got still quite a few. We'll do a couple more. Where do we get emails for expires? The magic button you have spoken about in the past? Again, I don't quite understand what the question is. Where do you get emails for expireds? We have an email campaign for expired listings that's already been pre-written. You want to show them that?
Yeah, I don't think that's what they mean. They're looking for people who have expired listings that they can contact. It
Oh,
sounds like something outside
yeah,
of Client
good. Yeah,
Creator.
very good. Very good. I think you're right. Okay, so those expired you get from your MLS computer. Okay, I pull up a hot list we do here in my office every day of all the expired listings for that day because we want to get them while they're hot. All right, couple more. I couldn't get Client Creator website. It says I have to pay $59.95. That only for Client Creator. I don't know where that message would come from to you.
No, you want to make sure you're going to log in is clientcreator.com/login. That's where you want to go to log in, or you can go right to the main website. If you go to clientcreator.com and click on member login, that's going to bring you to your login page. This is where you log into your account.
Okay, it says so individuals do not need to opt in to email campaigns. For instance, I met a lady, she gave me her email. She's a buyer. I can put her on a buyer campaign. Did you get that?
I mean, she still has to opt in. I mean, if you add her to a client and as a client and client creator, our system is going to send them out an email, just saying, hey, this is so and so realtor. I just need you to click this link to opt in.
Now, it's not as big a deal as you think, you guys. You can personalize that message at the top that goes out when they're opting in. You can just say, hey, I met you the other day. If you would opt in, you'll get all my emails that I send you, all the information.
Yep, this is your opt-in manager on your client manager, and you want to customize your message. And here's your message that goes out right here. If you want to edit this or add anything, you can put anything you want in here, and this will go out into the email message.
Here's one you'll go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying if you want to add your own custom flair to it or your own personal message, you can put that right in here.
Okay. There was a question here that I think you'll like. It says Brandon misspelled Murrieta.
I did. I know I did.
It's Murrita. Come on, man. That's where I live. Thank you. Answered about group text. Client creator, the people responsible for setting up our linked Facebook, Instagram. Yes, you guys do set all that up, but they have to do a few things to prepare that. You have to give permission. And there is
asking about the social media. I didn't hear what you said, Brandon. Sorry.
Yeah, it says, is client creator the one responsible for setting up linked Facebook, Instagram, etc.?
If you're not sure if you're set up or your information is in here, go to your realtor setup, click on that, and you'll see your social media information. Click on update. You should have all of this filled in if you don't have them. If you don't have them already filled in, follow the instructions that are listed here. But if you want all of these social media accounts, you need to make sure that this information is on here.
And it's very easy to do. I know it sounds like a lot of work, but it's so quick and easy to do. Okay, that's the problem. I have Gmail and I can't find email in the spam or junk. I guess you could try that new category that Brandon spoke
Yeah,
of.
check promotion if you're a Gmail person. And again, I apologize. I don't know all the details. I didn't really look at any more into it, but yeah, there's a promotions folder. Maybe you have to log into your webmail on the computer browser. I don't know particularly, but he did tell me that when I responded to him, he had it go into a promotions folder. And again, I don't know if that's happening to everybody, but if you send a support ticket and you did not receive a response from us, check your spam or your junk folder, because I can guarantee you we do. We have to. Our system
Yes.
really won't let us do anything else with our support if anybody has gone that long. So yes, we do reply.
Okay, last question. Sorry, if we didn't get to your question, I'm sorry. We just don't have enough time. Okay, it says my main menu page shows ads placed. What does this mean?
Yep, these are ads that are going to be placed on your social media accounts. So if you had ads placed by our team or they just started, it'll show you how many ads have been placed over the last 30 days. So they'll be you can see them most of the time. Everybody asks, how can I see my ads? Well, you have a couple different ways. You can use any of your social media platforms to see what ads are being placed and what's being posted. The most common one, the most easiest one to see them is obviously going to be your Facebook business page. It just seems to be what everybody likes and is comfortable seeing. And you can see all of the posts. All of the posts that happen on your Facebook business page are also happening on your Twitter, on your Instagram, and on your LinkedIn if you have them all set up already. So yeah, that's the easiest way to and the fastest way to see them.
Okay, you guys, that's it for today. We'll be here the same time next week and every week for a long time. We won't abandon you. We want to just keep educating you so that you can use this system for your entire real estate career. You cannot outgrow this system. So be patient. We'll always get back to you. Maybe not always with a phone call, but all your emails will be answered if you send in a support ticket. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.